Right, we're talking about ball position, which sounds like a simple concept, but actually in combination with width of stance, head position and shoulder line, it is super important to understand. It's slightly different with each club. We know for chipping, we want the ball opposite the inside of the right heel. That way the head will be in front of the ball. That is our golden rule for any short shot, chipping, pitching, whatever. Not a bunker shot, but any shot where the ball's on the grass. And this is perfect. Now, in the full swing with the irons, we're going to just add one more rule. Same on the left side, so 4 inches inside, hands opposite the inside of the left leg, grip the same, but we're going to stand a bit wider. So this is a pitching wedge, and now my head is over the ball because I'm slightly wider. So the ball's in the middle now because I've moved this foot 4 inches. This one hasn't changed. If I go to a 7-iron, then, and this could be my routine actually during the game, I still use this myself, move the front foot the width of a shoe, feet together, front foot the width of a shoe, and the right foot as far as necessary. So that's my chipping stance, that's my wedge stance. This is my 7-iron stance, which is what I've got now. And you can see now the head is going steadily more behind the ball to give me a slightly shallower angle of attack. And that comes into its own, especially with the rescue clubs where I stand wider still. And now my head's quite a long way behind the ball, which encourages me to move forwards. What I really, really don't want is ever moving back in this fashion, because I will hit the ground then. But if the ball's far enough forward and the head's behind to start with, it can move forwards and you'll still get the ball in the air. If you put the ball in the middle and move forwards, then that's really not going to help you get the ball in the air. And you probably end up backing up to try and compensate for it unconsciously. So it's constant ball position, 4 inches for the irons, longer shot or longer club, wider stance, and that governs the head position as well. And if you get the head position wrong, you won't get your shoulders square. So if the head's too far forward, shoulders be open. Head's too far back like this, the shoulders be closed, and you just make life difficult for yourself if you don't get these things right. Moving on, last 2 points. The 3-wood, the ball moves 2 inches further forward, so instead of being 4 inches inside, it's now 2, because the club sits a little more vertically. You can see that the shaft on that club from the angle of the camera should look a little more vertical rather than what it was like with an iron. But both times the hand's inside on the inside of the front leg and a bit wider still, so that the head's more behind the ball, so the shoulders can be square, so the same old story. Driver, we want to hit the ball on the upswing. Well, in order to do that, head needs to be still further behind, and the ball needs to go a little further forward. Now with a driver, you've really got to watch out, this is super common, that you don't let your head go forward with the ball, because if you do, again, the shoulders are open. So we need what I call the magic tilt, which means there's a bit more of a tilt. I don't want too much, of course, but there's just a little tilt so that the shoulders can get square with the driver because the ball's a bit further forward. And with a driver, we want to hit the ball slightly on the upswing. If we go level, that's okay. If we go down, that starts to make the ball go too low, and you don't get the best distance out of your driver, which is a shame, because this is now quite an easy club to hit with the modern drivers. Head behind, ball forward, and then the shoulders again can be square. So magic tilt with the driver, leaning Tower of Pisa with the shorter irons and the chipping and pitching. So there's marginal differences throughout the bag. It's kind of a sliding scale from this to this and everything in between.
That's a great